been some changes over the course of the last year, which has compelled some adjustments to the previous designs.
Coon Rapids residents turned out at an open house this week for the Highway 610 and East River Road full access interchange project. On the same day as the open house, MnDOT approved the new layout. The changes involved the southern area of the project. The current eastbound 610 off-ramp to East River Road would be moved south of Kingdom Hall.
Our southwest quadrant of East River Road and 610 now has more of a button hook, what we call button hook configuration, and it pushes those access ramps and loops further to the south from what they were shown and where the existing off-ramp exists today.
The change will create the proper acceleration space for traffic using the new ramp to get onto eastbound 610. The design for what's been referred to as the Northeast Loop, the new ramp from westbound 610 to East River Road, remains the same. The $40 million project still needs to secure state and federal funding before construction can begin. Noise and environmental studies will continue through the winter. The goal is to have a complete set of plans for the project by the end of 2024. To learn more, log on to coonrapidsmn.gov/610proposal. Here's a quick recap of the Tuesday, December 5th City Council meeting. The 2023 city budget and tax levy has been approved. On Tuesday night, the council set the levy for next year at $35.5 million, which is a 6.8% increase over this year's levy. The budget includes the remaining funding of $1.35 million for the new water tower off Foley and Coon Rapids Boulevard. $485,000 is included to replace half of the lights at the soccer complex, which are 30 years old. Also, $300,000 is earmarked for improvements at Al Flynn Park. You can find much more on next year's budget by going to coonrapidsmn.gov/budget. Coon Rapids will become part of a new multi-jurisdictional SWAT team in Anoka County. This week, the City Council approved a joint powers agreement with Anoka County, along with the cities of Anoka, Blaine, Columbia Heights, Fridley, Lino Lakes, and Ramsey. The team will provide joint responses to critical incidents and high-risk events where there is a significant risk of criminal violence. 2 Coon Rapids police officers will be part of the team. A new retail building is proposed along Coon Rapids Boulevard. On Tuesday night, the City Council approved a site plan for the project on the site of the old BP station at Crooked Lake and Coon Rapids Boulevard. The 8,300 square foot strip mall would include 5 retail bays for lease. The old gas station and car wash would be torn down. Further down Coon Rapids Boulevard, a new assisted living and memory care facility is in the works. This week, the City Council approved a site plan for Phase 1 of Sweet Senior Living. It will be located near Foley and Coon Rapids Boulevard by the Diversified Adjustment Service Building. The first phase will include 32 units, with another 40 units possible in the future. And that's a quick recap of the Tuesday, December 5th City Council meeting. As always, you can find the full meetings on cable or the CTN Coon Rapids YouTube channel.
It is a lot to look at.
It was a year ago when Nesta Threads, the boutique marketplace for small retailers, set up shop in Coon Rapids Square off of Coon Rapids Boulevard.
Artists, we have anywhere from furniture makers to Barbie clothes, jewelry.
Nesta Threads began with 9 retail spaces for rent, which took time to fill. Now they currently host 28 vendors.
I don't think I've ever had them all in here at the same time.
As a former property manager, Lisa Clemens developed a platform which made it easy for new entrepreneurs to break into retail.
So we take turns working under the co-retailing model. So we all work together, everybody works to market together, everybody takes turn working shifts within the shop.
Just inside the front door, you'll find the Cotton Patch Boutique.
I'm a ladies' boutique. I launched online 3 years ago.
For Cotton Patch owner Pam Linton, the move to add a retail space to her business at Nesta Threads was a leap of faith.
When you launch into retail, those first few months are a little bit scary because you're coming into a situation and you have to get the word out.
Linton says she's seen growth in her customer base since she moved into Nesta Threads back in March.
I'm blessed to be in a community of other small businesses that have a passion for what they do and want to see growth.
We give each other suggestions and we kind of feed off each other.
Nesta Threads was the second venture into the boutique marketplace for Jill Hansen. In June, she and a friend signed up to rent a table and a mantel for their handmade jewelry and crafts.
It's such a great business investment for me as a small business because I can't afford a big retail shop. So this is a great opportunity for me.
The misconception that shopping at a boutique can be more expensive is something Nesta Threads hopes to change.
We get a lot of feedback on that things are much more affordable than people would have expected. Every time you come in, it's completely different.
Ho, 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 ho! Merry Christmas!
Santa made a special visit to City Hall on Thursday night to help kick off the season of giving in Coon Rapids. Members of the police, fire, and public works departments helped collect donations from residents for several local nonprofits at the inaugural event. Those who stopped by also had a chance to see public safety vehicles up close and grab photos with Santa and the city's mascot, Rocky the Raccoon. If you missed the event and would still like to donate, collection boxes are set up inside City Hall for Toys for Joy, the ACBC Food Shelf, Granny's Closet, and the Alexandra House. Monetary donations are also accepted. The deadline to drop off items is Wednesday, December 13th. For more information on what's needed, just log on to the city's website, coonrapidsmn.gov.
The longer this project is delayed, the higher the construction costs are going to be.
Anoka County has proposed to build a new Anoka County jail off of Jackson Street and 4th Avenue. The current jail in downtown Anoka was built in 1983 and was originally designed for 130 inmates. Photos from inside the jail show substandard conditions. There are inmates sleeping in beds in hallways due to overcrowding, and the building has suffered water damage repeatedly caused by leaks. According to Sheriff Brad Wise, the jail needs to be rebuilt where it's at.
And the current government center, courthouse, everything, all the county functions that are related to public safety, or at least related to the jail, are on 4th Avenue at Main Street, that big complex.
State statutes require the county jail to be located in the county seat, which is the city of Anoka. A second site at the Old State Hospital campus was also considered. However, the costs were much more than the projected $190 million to rebuild a new jail near the existing one.
So the current plan is that the current parking ramp that has some structural issues would be torn down and that the new jail facility would be built on that location, which is basically, it's right next door to the jail.
None of the plans are finalized yet. The county is still waiting on approval from the Anoka City Council to move forward with the project.
The reality is that from my perspective, I just need to get this building built so that we can house inmates in a way that meets the state mandates.
I like to do things in baby steps.
For artist and Coon Rapids resident Ben Johnson, that meant turning his garage into an art studio, complete with furnace.
It's around, I'd say, anywhere to 1,700 to 2,100 degrees.
Johnson has explored the artistry of glass blowing. Despite the present dangers, Ben says he respects the process.
It's very physical. We're working with steel and metal tools. I'm the type that's into construction and like constructivism, so it was almost more fun to build a studio than it is to actually work the glass, if that makes sense. Go ahead and gently push.
Ben often works with longtime friend and glass art enthusiast Micah Carithers. Today the plan is to create a complex piece.
Go and blow a little bit, please.
We do like an Italian style glass blowing like the Venetians did and still do.
We both met at Anoka Ramsey, glass class, semester 1.
Like musicians in an orchestra, they work in unison for nearly an hour. It's back to the furnace and bench again and again to refine the form they seek.
It takes a while to develop that relationship and just the understanding of the process, and then how your partner kind of has that perception of the process as well.
I mean, the more people you could get involved on a piece, the more complex it could be.
Johnson plans to work in his studio for the next 6 months to create new works of art. He hopes to hold an open house in the spring when he'll invite the public in to showcase his work.
I might just kind of stick on that ball of creativity or whatever you call it and see where it goes.
We identified through that study back in 2018 the third lane would benefit the systems.
Residents turned out earlier this month to learn more about a project that will improve capacity and safety on Highway 10 in Coon Rapids. During the last legislative session, $30 million was approved to add a third lane in each direction on Highway 10 between Hanson Boulevard and Round Lake Boulevard. Right now, traffic gets jammed up at Hanson during peak travel periods.
When those bottlenecks happen, a lot of folks are jumping off the trunk highway and overwhelming our network.
The project is currently transitioning from preliminary to final design.
And there's a lot of intricacies with the design. With this third lane, it kind of weaves. In some portions you're adding to the outside, then you're transitioning to the inside. We did that because there's a lot of environmentally sensitive areas adjacent to the project with Coon Creek.
Noise walls are another component of the project. 4 of them are proposed, but owners of the properties that benefit from the noise walls will get the final say.
So each wall gets voted on separately depending on which property gets affected. So there may be a combination of some walls get built, some don't.
Final design work will continue into 2024 with construction starting next summer or fall. During construction, 2 lanes of traffic will be maintained in each direction on Highway 10 at all times. However, off-ramps at Hanson, Main Street, and Round Lake Boulevard will close, but not all at the same time.
The county is interested in this because when we add that third lane, all of that traffic, the through traffic is trying to get through to Anoka and Ramsey and into Elk River, stay on the trunk highway where they are. So as a result, our local network will benefit as well.
I've been here for about 6 weeks now.
AmeriCorps member Kate Anderson feels fortunate to be serving the city of Coon Rapids as her host site. This is where she lives. The state's Green Corps program, coordinated by the Minnesota Pollution Control Agency, placed Kate with the city of Coon Rapids, where she will fulfill a full-time position for 1 year.
The Green Corps program requires 1,700 hours of service work to finish the program, and that can be split up a bunch of different ways.
I mean, we could pop through City Hall and literally do it probably in 2 hours.
Her time with the city is split between the Sustainability Department and Recycling, where she works on a number of initiatives, including outreach.
Yeah, we have a really big need for volunteers at the recycling center.
Bread in the bread bag can go in.
The Green Corps provides Kate an allowance and training while she serves the city in a number of ways. For now, Kate's dumpster diving into the organics waste program.
This whole one has just got coated receipt paper. That doesn't work. That's not compostable.
The best way for us to audit our program is to get hands in and deep. What we're looking for is the behaviors of those who are using our program.
Kate's work with the city's sustainability planner, Olivia Doro Hovland, focuses on reducing energy use.
The real aim for our Green Corps member this year when it comes to energy efficiency and renewable energy is to just get the word out as much as possible and raise awareness for the programs that are available to our residents.
Kate's Green Corps service runs through next August. She's currently finishing up a college degree in sustainability while also serving on the city's Sustainability Commission.
I have a variety of different projects going all at the same time, so I can work on one thing for a little bit and then switch over and work on something else.
She's doing great. It's really nice that she's come to us with some career background.
It was a really good opportunity that popped up just at the right time.